Hey guys, wanted to make a quick video on gear drops. So in terms of where you can find best in slot jewelry, this can only drop from the open world. I think some people were trying to craft this. It literally cannot drop from a craft. So this is the variant of the exemplary amulet that you can craft. If I go to perk buckets, you can see that this is the one that has two protections possible and the rest are not possible. So I would recommend not trying to craft this gear. The other version that does drop the three perk buckets, so this one has three protections possible. This only drops from the open world, so you need to either find a mob to kill, which you can see like a bunch of mobs here, or you need to go to the gathered from page and go to one of these spots to get it. So these are just pretty standard spots for chest runs, so to speak, so I wouldn't worry about those too much. And then the other part that I think is noteworthy is if you go to like any infix in the game, so this is like close quarters, for example, which is a pretty popular one that people are trying to get. This is like shows where you can actually get these pieces from, and it's not everywhere on a chest run, but a lot of chest runs are like literally going everywhere on the map. So these are like the kind of the priority chest runs to hit. So first, these drop from Hive. They also drop from different bosses within raids. So you can see the boss list here. And then you go to gathered from, and these are where they can be gathered from. So they can be gathered from elite ancient chests or elite supply chests is the short. And it says supply stockpile, but I'm not sure if that's in expeditions or not, but that might be. So these are like the three spots where you can kind of get the close quarters thing, and then if you click through these, you can see on the map where they are. So like this elite ancient chest, the reason why there's nowhere on the map is because it's in the underworld, uh, and in the main map, you can see an elite ancient chest here. So there's just like a random one in the middle of nowhere. This one's probably also in the underworld, and you can kind of just like go through and click around. This is the one that I was like looking at last night and I was testing around with because the interesting part is there's the ones in Night Haven that you need to get the sight buff, which you can get from going to the tower over here and then interacting with the first jump pad. You get the sight buff, and then you can go back to this area and kind of do the jumping puzzle, if you will, to get all these ancient chests and you have a chance for it. You can also see these at the end of some chest runs. Siren has a few, and then you see them in like lower level zones as well. So it might be worth actually going to these lower level elite zones to get the ancient chests because they have a chance to get these. So this area does. This is a pretty popular weapon XP farm, so that area does. So all those have chances, but you see how they're like not everywhere. Like there's only like one, for example, but then this whole section of the mines, there's two in Merc, so it's like very uncommon to get those. But the other one that I think is like much more common for people to run into is probably the elite supply chest. So this one's in the underworld. This one is just a one of in the middle of nowhere. So it's like there's only specific types of chests is what I'm getting at that actually drop this gear. So it's like I wouldn't run around everywhere and do every single chest run when only certain ones drop the gear. So this is probably the one that shows it like the best drops possible. So it's like Night Haven, very very common to see this. Looks like Evan's chest run has a lot of drops for it, so that's probably one that's worth doing. Mines has a few, Merc has a few, so it's like only specific regions though. So it's like if you're doing the chest run through Tribal, for example, there's literally no ancient ones and there's literally no elite supply chests, so you're not going to be able to get an infix drop from that. But if you do the CK one, you're going to be able to get it. If you do uh, the ones in Reek, you're going to be able to get it. If you do the Eben one, you're going to be able to get it. If you do, uh, I think this is the Atu one. There's a few in there, so it's just like I would just be more selective about your chest runs. I could leave a link to this in the description so that you guys could actually like figure out where you want to go. But not everywhere has actually access to the best in slot endgame gear if you're trying to farm infixes. So I'd just be a little bit more selective than people were being. And that's it for today, guys. I'll see you later.